There are 8.2 million people living in London. Out of these, 9,000 people die each year due to toxic air. Many are kids, as the most recent case was a 9-year-old girl with asthma died due to illegal levels of air pollution in South London, as she sadly passed after suffering a fatal asthma attack. For me, air pollution has been a major issue, just like many other kids, as I was diagnosed with asthma from the age of 4, and this is becoming more and more common in young people. And I wanted to know how the people in the community feel, and also what they are doing to help.
My name's Celeste Hicks. I'm a campaigner with Mums for Lungs. I work and I also have 2 small children aged 4 and 2.
What do you think about the air pollution and like the big crisis?
I'm really concerned about air pollution because I've got 2 small children and I've spent a lot of time walking around with my kids on their bikes and scooters in busy traffic in London, and not only can you smell the air pollution sometimes, I just know there's other types of air pollution which you can't even smell, but you can't escape from it in London. There's traffic everywhere, lots of buses and cars, you have to cross the road with small children. I'm worried because my children are smaller than adults, so they're breathing in a pollution at a lower level.
Do you personally think that we as a country is doing as much as we could to solve the issue?
No, I don't at all. I think the government needs to take really serious, drastic action on this. People keep tinkering around the edges, but I think we need to do a lot more.
And obviously in the media, the government is who gets blamed the most, but do you think everyone is to blame for the specific groups of people?
I think everybody's responsible for air pollution. We know that 50% of the nitrogen dioxide emissions in London, which are one of the most dangerous pollutants, comes from road transport. So that's cars, buses, lorries, vehicles, taxis, all kinds of vehicles in London. So everybody's responsible for those emissions. If you take the bus, you're responsible for them. If you drive a car, you're responsible for them. If you're a business using a lorry or a truck, you're responsible for them. So I think we all need to make changes and try to reduce how much we drive.
What do you think about the ultra low emissions in the Mayor of London introduced?
Mums for Lungs is completely supportive 100% for that initiative. We really hope it succeeds. We really want to see the dangerous pollution levels coming down in London. We're also really supportive of the idea of expanding it to the north and south semicircular roads in 2021. We just think it sends a clear signal to everybody that streets need to be rethought. We need to start thinking about using streets for pedestrians and cyclists and people walking, and not just for cars.
Is there any long-term solution you think will help?
I think in the long term we just need to all change our behaviours and habits. We need to get back into the idea of walking and cycling, not taking cars for short journeys, using public transport. We need to stop clogging up the roads with cars, and we need to also make a transition to electric vehicles, which will help to reduce the amount of emissions.
So almost 9,000 people in London die each year due to poor air quality, and most of them being kids. Why is it that cities like London are more affected than cities like Cumbria, do you think?
Well, it's mostly just because there's so many more people in London, so there's so many more people going to work in cars, people taking buses, journeys for lorries and trucks and businesses delivering goods all over London. There's just a huge concentration of people here. If you live in the countryside, there just aren't as many vehicles, so the pollution is more dispersed. So it's for that reason there's just so many people in London going about their business, and a lot of roads and a lot of cars.
What do you think about the recent protests in central London and its violence being caused?
Mums for Lungs is supportive of any organisation which is trying to raise awareness of climate change and issues like air pollution, and try to make sure that politicians act and listen. I don't think that Extinction Rebellion was violent. It was disruptive, but it wasn't violent. I mean, we're certainly not part of Extinction Rebellion from our group. We're more about writing letters and contacting our MPs and that sort of thing, social media campaigns. But we support anybody who's trying to raise awareness of the problems that we all face.
But do you think by the police interfering and stopping people from protesting, do you think that's taken away from their rights as well?
The police were just doing their jobs. The police were doing what they were being asked to do by the authorities. So we don't have a view on that. At Mums for Lungs organisation, we are all about letter writing, campaigning, Twitter and social media, and talking to people. But we certainly just hope that everybody who's doing campaigning in different methods and different ways can help to get the message across that we all need to act now on climate change and air pollution.
On March the 15th, I decided to attend a climate change strike inspired by Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old activist inspiring young people to stand up for their future. And so I wanted to see for myself how violent it is, like the mainstream media portrays it is. And as you can see, there was nothing violent about this march, just a group of inspiring kids trying to make a difference for their future. And yes, it might have been a bit chaotic, but this just proves how a small group of people can make a difference, even if it means they will have to overcome adversity. After the march, I decided to go on social media to see what the response was, and I came across a lady named Jennifer who recently became a mother, and so I was intrigued to see if I could meet up with her and discuss what her opinions were on children inhaling toxic air on a daily basis.
My name's Jennifer Allen. I live in Balham in southwest London. I've lived in London for 17 years. Originally from Derby, Derbyshire, which is in the countryside, lots of green, lots of fields, lots of small villages and things like that. It's a very beautiful part of the world. I've recently had a baby daughter. She's 5.5 months, and yeah, we're growing up in Balham, where it's quite busy. Obviously, Greater London, not in central London, but still there's lots of traffic and air pollution.
Being a woman, what scares you most about pollution?
Just breathing in like all the toxins. Like I hear things all the time about how dangerous it can be for people's health. Causing asthma, lung disease. Reducing the oxygen going into small children. Just basically the health risks, and just the noise and the kind of the dirty air as well. That's kind of my main worries, I'd say.
What do you think is the main cause of air pollution?
Main cause of air pollution, definitely too much traffic in London. I know there's been lots of reduction in the buses, so they're kind of hybrid buses, trying to get more green, like hybrid cars and electric cars. But still, there's a lot of construction going on in London at the minute. Everywhere you go, there's huge trucks delivering all kinds of bits and bobs that they need for building, and still lots of buses, lots of taxis. I think just lots of vans. I think London's such a busy place. Lots of, like I said, new building, lots of construction, and it's just constant. It never ends.
What do you think about the
low emissions? I recently did a march. It was a peaceful protest. Me and the choir that I'm in called Crown Chorus. We're based in South London as well. We did a little march up to the City Hall to meet the Mayor of London, Sunny Khan, and he came out and he spoke to us, and that was the beginning of the low emissions, I think, where it started this year. I think it's a really good thing. I think it will take a bit of time to kind of kick in, but it's a start, it's a real good start, and I guess it would be nice to see it spread out, so not just in central London but to other parts of London as well, where there's a lot of families growing up and living there.
How does it make you feel seeing other people doing more protests like recently? How does that make you feel?
Good. I think as long as protests are peaceful, and I think as long as people are listened to, and for example, in other countries, they might be a bit hostile, the police might be getting involved, and as long as it's peaceful, then I'm all for it. Me and Winnie, that's my baby daughter, would definitely be going on some more. So yeah, I'm all for protests.
And obviously, because London has one of the highest air pollution, do you think so? The mayor wants London to become a zero carbon emission city by 2050. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think as long as people, really make a change and are really willing to make a change, then I think it is. And I think, if the way it's going, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. The air quality is just going to be even more disgusting and polluted. And not only children, but everyone will suffer. So I think I think it's good, and hopefully we'll start to make a big change in London.
How could people improve their daily lives to reduce it?
I think the big one, which has had a lot of awareness, is like dropping kids at school. So if it was within a couple of miles or so, then why can't people walk? I know people are very busy and in a rush, and I know that a lot of families and mums and dads are going to work, so they're dropping their kids off and then rushing off. But I think with a bit more thoughts behind it, I think there's definitely a way of getting the kids to school and not having to drive and not, sitting there with the engines running and dropping them. Maybe better transport facilities for children to get to school as well. As I said, I grew up in Derby, and we had a big school bus that took all the kids in one area to school, and that really helps. Also, when mums and dads are busy, making sure they get on the bus, making sure they get to school, but also reducing everyone being dropped off individually. So maybe better transport facilities for kids, maybe the old school bus kind of thing, and yeah, just a bit more thought about where are we going? Do we need to drive? And maybe thinking another way around it.
Finally, how was this compared to when you were growing up? Now, how it is two kids that grown up in this
I didn't grow up in London. I grew up in Derby, as I said before. But even from when I moved to London and knowing friends with children, I do think it's a lot harder. I think it's a lot busier. I think green spaces are being reduced, more buildings are going up all the time, lots of construction, lots of lorries, and more people are moving into London, which means that it's just going to get more busier and dirtier.